people in the secular world and their little air-conditioned four-wheelers and cars and BMWs, and there's nothing wrong with that. But when a Harley comes by and it rumbles by, it gets their attention.
Riding a motorcycle gives you a feel of freedom. So as far as me being a vet, riding a motorcycle just gives me a feel of freedom. You know, they go hand in hand.
We all got into bikes after the service, and we like to think that we're combat veterans with a motorcycle problem.
It's our independence, our sort of outlawishness, you know?
Why is that?
I don't know, way of life.
The other biker rallies like a Daytona and Sturgis, that's biker rallies. But this is Rolling Thunder for Memorial Day purposes, and these riders are honoring our fallen heroes.
We don't even term it a rally. It's a gathering of people who are both veterans, non-veterans, who are just people who just want to come here and celebrate and be together and have a good time and spend a few days together, and with keeping in mind the whole atmosphere of what we're here about, and we're here about the vets, we're here about the MIAs, and we're here about the POWs if they're still out there. It's about accountability. We want to make sure that our government remains to continue to be accountable for those people who are still out there who we can't find yet or haven't been found yet.
Oh no, this is definitely not a motorcycle rally, I know, and it's kind of hard to explain to people what it is, but when I do explain, I tell them that every year at the Pentagon, the Rolling Thunder, they do a run, and all the motorcycles come out, but it's mainly a support for our POW MIAs and to remind our government that we still have men missing and that we must be doing everything we can to make sure that they're brought home.
Their war's still not over, they're still out there, and they need to be brought home.
I don't own a bike, but I'm going to make my best effort to be able to come up here for this every year now. Because it's so cool, you know. This isn't like any bike rally, anything you'll ever do. It's not a rally at all. I mean, it's a demonstration, and that's exactly what it turns into. I mean, these guys are passionate about what they do, or they wouldn't be here. It's 400,000 bikers strong supporting one cause. I mean, it breaks down any stereotype you could ever have of a biker.
The motorcycles draw the people, they draw the attention. There's a mystique about bikers, and it draws these people to this. And they find out why we're here and what we're about, and they talk to somebody else, and they tell them, or they ask a veteran a question, or they ask, you know, so the word gets spread through osmosis like.
The motorcycles that you see here today, which there's absolutely millions of dollars on this parking lot, are here as a tool to attract attention, to get, we don't forget. You know, maybe the government forgot them. I'm not going to get into the politics, but 500,000 guys on this parking lot do not forget the people that serve this country.
You can't deny 500,000 people and the thunder of motorcycles you can't deny that voice.
The sound of the motorcycles makes a statement, and I think people hear that and they enjoy coming to it. And it's different. It's a little bit of a shock, I guess, to the community because it's got all this noise and all these people and all these motorcycles here. And I think it helps put some attention to the cause.
400,000 cars, big deal. DC sees that every day. You got 400,000 bikes rolling down the street. You know they're there. So it's really cool. It gets people's attention. I mean, whether you want to see it or not, you're forced to be faced with that, with what it's all about. So it's really awesome.
Right out of the showroom window last Friday. And I just haven't had the time to put it all together the way I wanted to bring it down, but I'm here. The bike, that's secondary to me. I'm here. That's important for me. Just getting down here to the memorial and honoring our dead.
Chapter 5!
We're not a motorcycle club. You hear a lot about Rolling Thunder, but it's not a motorcycle club. It's a group of people that is in support of a common cause, basically. And that's just to help the veterans' rights and to make sure that our soldiers that are over in Iraq and Afghanistan today, that if anything happens where they should get put into some situation like a POW camp or something, that we can be there to make sure that the right attention is on it to bring them back.
We're there because the POWs aren't getting the recognition they need. There's still over 1,800 POW MIAs from Vietnam that are unaccounted for. We want a full accounting. And then the veterans of this country are just getting stuff taken away from them left and right anymore because the new Secretary of the VA said he's going to cut over $3 billion by the year 2006 of the VA budget. And he's going to do this cut by laying off doctors and nurses. Now, there's no way that you can supply the correct medical care to these people by laying off doctors and nurses, especially when you have a war going on and you're bringing all these kids home that normally in Vietnam probably would have been killed from their injuries, but now they're saving them. A lot of injuries of amputees, and they're fixing them up and sending them, out of the hospital, but it takes a lot of money. They're going to close Walter Reed Hospital, but they're going to move everybody to Bethesda. They're going to consolidate it, so that's okay. But they can't cut back on the services to these people. They can't cut back on the doctors and the nurses. They're the ones who do the work, and they need them.
We're here to support the veterans in any way, shape, form, or fashion that we can do, because they gave us their service, and at least the American people can take care of them and their families.
Sunday is We Ride for Everybody. I was in Walter Reed Hospital, and I talked to this one kid that was an amputee of his leg, and I told him we'd be riding for him. We'd be riding for everybody in Walter Reed Hospital. And we need to do that. We need to continue doing that to keep the focus on these veterans and on these kids and on the POWs. Because as soon as you let that focus go, this country will tuck it away and drop the issue.